Well, Sean, from the first play you guys got on the lead, how excited knowing that that was a scripted play coming in and you guys get to do the flea flicker.
It was very exciting. We just been struggling a little bit on offense, and we've been trying to get our offense going. And that was just the first play. It was like a surprise. It was come out swinging hard, and threw a deep ball down the field to Corey Crooms, and that's how you get the game going. So yeah, just really getting momentum for the offense. That's what mostly for.
One of the few times you've had the early lead in a game this year, how much did that mean to be able to build off of that?
It was great being able to build off a win because lately, just as I've been said before, we've been starting off slow and then we just got that momentum. We just took it and ran with it, and we feed off the defensive energy, the offense, the crowd, and everybody just doing great, just supporting us.
How much juice did that opening play give the sideline? You mentioned you'd been struggling to strike like that. What did that do for the energy?
It does a lot. It does really more just a confidence booster, like mentally, because that's all the game is to me. It's a mental game, and that's what it was, just showing that we can go down there and score points efficiently and effectively. So, yeah, that's all that was.
I guess if you're looking to nitpick with the performance today, 104 yards on the ground, you guys have definitely put up more than that this year. Was there something that they were doing that maybe didn't have you guys stick with the run as much as you have in the past?
No, we just knew that their secondary was a little bit funny. So we was like, let's attack the secondary, definitely get our pass game going, and then that later open up the run game. We still got work to do, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Still early in the season going into MAC play. But I feel like more their secondary was more of their target initially. So once we got our passing game going, got them backing up, because we are usually a run-first team. So then we went and did everything else from there.
Talk about that 76-yard screen pass. What'd you see there?
Daylight. Honestly, I seen nothing but daylight. My guy Addison West was out front. Good block. I was just waiting to set that block up, and that's all that was. Just effectively running plays how we supposed to, how we should have been doing, just from play one, from game one, things of that nature. So I'm just glad to see us actually getting a train moving, getting that momentum built up going into MAC play.
Yeah, I know Coach Kenny has called Addison the most athletic lineman on the team. When you see a big guy running that fast, that far down the field, what does it do for you as a ball carrier?
It just makes me smile. It just brings me happiness, because it's just seeing other guys just putting that much effort into one play, just doing their job, makes me want to go just as hard. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure like that all his hard work wasn't for nothing. So yeah.
Eddie Rosenthal, Western Herald. So you mentioned going into MAC play and how the momentum is big going into it. How does a big win like this, rather than that 2-loss skid, help you going into conference play?
It definitely just restore just the mental confidence that we always have, because we have the ability, we have the talent. It's all over the room, offense, defense, special teams. We have what it takes. I just feel like immensely at that part of the game, we were just a little bit down. We've been a little flat, and just this win right here just gives us momentum and energy and stuff just to fight on and keep going, because it's a long season, and MAC play is definitely interesting, and at any given time they can go one way or the other depending on wins and losses. So yeah.
All right, Delano, fourth quarter, ball comes to you. I guess just take us through that play.
Yeah, so we had a good play, defensive play, and Kanai, he blitzed. He read his keys. He made a play on the ball in the air. I just caught it, and then my team escorted me to the end zone. Really, defense did their thing.
Defense was all over the place, a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But they had a good offense, and they were able to get some yardage on there.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see out of the defense?
Defense stepped it up too. I want to credit the offense a lot. They put points on the board, and then like I said earlier, I said when we play Bronco ball, nobody can beat us. So I just as a team, we're three units. Special teams, offense, defense, and we play together. That happens.
Last couple games, it's been tough for the defense to stay off the field. How big was that early touchdown that gave you guys a little bit of energy?
Oh yeah, it gave us a momentum. It changed the game. Right there, first play, that's what we needed, and the offense did their thing. Credit to them. That's what we needed for sure.
Defensive line got Marshawn Nealon back,
mm-hmm.
and that seemed to make a difference. He was all over the field. Just talk about how much it helps your job when that front four is able to generate pressure.
We got a dominant front four. Our D line is very, very dominant, and when they're all on the same field, we got Marshawn back. You saw him out there. He made a lot of good plays for us, and that's what we needed. They carry the front end, we take care of the back end. We're locked down.
New Hampshire really seemed to have a difference maker in that running back number 20.
Yeah.
just talk about the challenges that he posed as someone who can kind of do things, out wide or from the backfield, and just how you guys, approach stopping him.
Yeah, knowing going into film and stuff, we knew 20 was the guy. He did everything for them, and like when we shut him down, that's pretty much their offense, and that's what we did.
Coach, at what point of the week there did you figure out how to call the flea flicker?
We decided, what was that, Wednesday. It was Coach Thorne's call. We had run that play the exact same way. We actually ran the power play against Ball State to open the game, and we thought we motioned Corey over, we get the corner's eyes in the backfield. Corey did a great job of selling it, and we had to get the sun right. Everything worked out to get it on the right hash, and everything was good. The toss wasn't perfect. Sean Tyler kind of messed with it for a minute and got it there, which made it really tough on Jack. It's hard when you get that ball late and the guy's that open. It's nothing worse than throwing to a wide open guy. Okay, and he gripped it and ripped it, and I thought it was a great way to get the thing started, and I thought we finally got some explosion on our offense, which we needed. But it was a great way to start the game, and it was a great job by the offensive staff.
How much did that early lead mean to the defense, which has been, finding it hard to stay off the field the last couple games?
It was huge. The hard part for a defense, it's hard to have a game like they did today. 73 plays and 200 yards is amazing. But we were scoring fast. They had the ball for 39 minutes, and we had it for 21. So that's a lot of plays for our defense. So we got to be better on offense. But when you're explosive, that's going to happen. And our defense can handle it. But it was great to get that start in the defense. I think we won the line of scrimmage. It was what we talked about all week long, is we have to play on their side of the line of scrimmage, and I thought they did. And we had to get turnovers, and we got 4, and we had more on the ground. They called them down a couple times, but I thought they did a great job of being physical and playing on the other line. And Coach Espo did a great job of rotating D linemen through, so we always had fresh guys in there getting after the quarterback. And it was a great game plan and well executed.
Two kind of question marks coming into the game. How is Jack going to play coming off the injury, and then how is Marshawn Nealon going to play coming off his injury? Both had excellent games tonight.
Yeah, I was proud of Marshawn. I think he did a good job. Jack's getting better. It's a process. I thought he was really sharp early. Made a couple great throws through strikes. Still got happy feet a couple times that we got to get better at. He slid on a third down when he should have dove forward. He lost himself a little bit on the third quarter on one drive, and he responded. I challenged him on the sideline pretty good. But you can see, obviously, what his ability and what we have a chance to be. And I thought he did a good job of responding, because he's going to have a bad drive. He might have a bad quarter eventually, but he needs to be able to respond, and I thought he did that. And I was proud of him. He was pretty efficient in 48 plays that we ran on offense, which is maybe the least I've ever run. But I think he did a good job of running the offense. He used his feet, which I was proud of him for.
When did you make the final decision on Jack getting the start?
Probably Wednesday. Tuesday, he threw the ball great last Tuesday. It was Wednesday morning where he was really struggling. And from all the work he did on Tuesday, it kind of regressed for the first time. So Tuesday, he was great again. I did monitor the way he practiced. We changed our practice a little bit for him. And then when he came back Wednesday and felt great again, and he did it again, that's when we knew, that he was healthy and ready. And I asked him in the third quarter after the one drive that I thought he wasn't mentally off. He's just missed a couple throws. If it was hurting him, he said, no, I'm not even feeling it. It feels great. So that was a positive thing. But it was really Wednesday, once we knew he could handle it 2 days in a row, and with his injury, he felt really good today.
Is it his throwing hand or non-throwing hand?
It's his throwing hand.
And you relied on the pass game a lot more than the run game, especially for the first 3 quarters. Was that a matter of seeing something in their defense, or did you just want to rep the passing game a little bit more?
We want to rep it, to be honest with you. I think we have a good running game. I think we have to get better at the run game, and we had 100 yards, like I said, in 48 plays. It's not a lot, but I was proud of the last one. They played cover 0. I really challenged the O-line at the end of the game. We popped a run for Sean, which I was happy for him. But we thought we had good pass looks, but we really needed to oil it up. This whole thing is, we had a MAC game in week 2, and then we had 3 weeks to get ourselves ready, and now we got 7 very important games in a row. So we needed to get some momentum on offense, and I definitely think we did that.
The defense, pretty dominant, like you mentioned, like 2.4 yards per play for them. Were you surprised at all by the way that they were able to get after their quarterback so much?
No, I really felt like having Marshawn come back and being able to move Fisk inside was going to be a whole new level of pressure that we haven't shown yet. And so it really was, so it was, we hadn't seen them play, a Division 1A team. So you never know when they get here. You never know what it's going to be like, but we really felt like we could hit some gaps and get in the backfield and get some tackles for losses. And man, they went backwards. I don't know how many TFLs we had, but it felt like a ton. And that's huge. Those are havoc plays that puts them in 3rd and long. And it gets their quarterback when he's getting hit, throw off his back foot. I thought they just kept the pressure on all game, and my favorite drive was obviously the pick 6. I mean, we do a terrible job in protection, and we got to get that fixed. And their backs are to the goal line, and we need them to respond to a sudden change. And instead, they more than responded. They ended up scoring. So that was, I think, a big point in the game when they were backs up against the wall. Not their fault, and they responded well.
Elijah Hawk had a strip sack. Corey Walker, I think, got some time before it was out of reach. Tyson Lee also got quite a bit of time. Is there one of those redshirt freshman defensive ends that's kind of emerging more so than the others?
There's 4 of them. Nobles had a huge sack. All 4 of them. That group, and then Kenny Givens has 3 years left, and those guys all have 4. That group. Granted, I'm not ready to trade Fisk and Carter and Marshawn Nealon and Dabney. Those 4 are doing a great job, but our young defensive line is going to be special. They've only had 1 year in the weight room. They're going to have another year this offseason, so I'm really excited about that group, and they're really getting their feet wet right now, making some plays. Elijah Hawk had a dumb penalty, which is why he got taken off the field. Guy was holding him, and he pushed the guy, tried to get him off, but it was too late. I watched the whole thing happen. So they're learning all these things about when you can and can't do things. But man, I'm super excited about that. I've been talking about that young group for a long time. And they have a great starting senior and junior group to learn from. And Espo does a great job of rotating them through, so it's fun that everyone's starting to see what we've seen here since they got here. And I'm happy for those guys that they got their feet wet.
You mentioned Elijah's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 2 other ones of those for the team. After last week when you guys were flagged a bunch, how can the coaching staff clean that up heading into next week and beyond?
Discipline. The one, you got to know each one and why it happened and coach each kid up. So I didn't see Kilberg's, although I just met with him in the locker room before I came in here to have a conversation with him. I saw Hawks the whole way, and Andre Carter's, he said something he's not supposed to say. Didn't push anybody or punch anybody. Just was arguing a call, and he got a flag on him. So but we got to clean that stuff up, right? They play with a passion in our defense, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But we got to be able to control it, and we can't hurt ourselves with penalties. And the one drive that they scored on was 15 yards of penalties on that drive. We pretty much walked them down the field with penalties. They didn't earn it, and we got to be better with that, and that will be addressed this week for sure.
Hey, Coach, Eddie Rosenthal at the Western Herald. So you mentioned earlier getting the explosiveness back in the offense. So how important is that going into conference play rather than heading into it coming off of that 2-game losing streak?
Yeah, great question. It's everything, right? That's the name of the game offensively is you got to be able to control the line of scrimmage, but you got to have big plays. And we hadn't really had any explosives. And you can design those, and sometimes your guys just win and you get the right coverage. And frustrated with the one that we underthrew. It's the last play of the half. We were trying to get one more snap before the sun was in our face. And so we ran a post from probably a little bit too tight, and Jack didn't throw it on the line. He put a little air on it, and the guy made a great play in the back of the end zone. But, it was a point of emphasis this week, and we needed to be more explosive, and that's why we opened up the game the way we did. And our kids responded. And even a play like that, you have to execute all plays. It's a play. And I know there's some trickeration to it, but you have to execute it, and you have to protect a long time. And they did a great job. And from every little thing Corey did on the motion to where his eyes were, We coached it all up. The patience of acting like you're blocking for a minute. I was proud of the way we executed, and because we're going to have to continue to do that, you know. And we got to mix both. We got to mix the running game a little bit better. And I thought the second drive of the game was probably my favorite. We got it down low and we drove it all the way down. We ran it, we threw it, we did everything we wanted to do, and it was you know, it's not, when you start inside your own 10, it's tough. And that was probably my favorite drive of all of them. So it was a great day for them. We got a long way to go though, and I think they know that.